recording. Okay, so looking at activity four, you'll just be doing like a 3-point test cross in order to determine like the order of genes and be able to map those genes and find like the distance between them, right? So when you're determining the gene order, the first thing you're going to do is set up a test cross. So looking at this first, I want to annotate real quick. When you set up your test cross, you want to have a trihybrid genotype going against your tester. So here, sorry, I activated my Siri for some reason. And it was gonna tell me about test cross. Anyways, your tri-hybrid, the way you're gonna set that up is that on one side you're gonna have, I think we're using what, E, B, and G. You're gonna have big E, big B, and then big G. Then the annotation that we use, right, is like a slash, um, denoting that we're gonna look at the next set of alleles. Then you're gonna have little e, little b, and little g. So this is your trihybrid individual, and it's just heterozygous for all three genes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, that does make sense.
Okay, perfect. So then your tester, on the other hand, is going to be all recessive. And so the reason we do that is because, there's going to be a phenotypic difference between your um, dominant and recessive phenotypes. So when you cross the trihybrid versus a tester, if these, like you're technically doing a heterozygote versus, or cross with a homozygous recessive individual, and if these genes weren't linked at all, you would see a 50-50 split, right? If you were just setting up a 2 by 2 Punnett square.
Hmm.
So what you're seeing here, looking at the different phenotypes, like tall, blue, thin, there's 120 individuals, but tall, white, thin is 8. That indicates that since all of these numbers aren't similar to one another, that these are linked genes. So that's kind of the basis for this activity. So then you'll go through and determine what the parental and double crossover and single crossover genotypes are.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
Perfect. So I'll get rid of this for now. And then if you want to refer to this later, this recording will be posted on um, under module 3, I believe.
Okay, okay,
On
so
Yeah, yeah. So then just looking here, I'll go through the rest real quick. The parental progeny will be the phenotypes that have the that you see like the highest number observed. So you see that you have number three as one option, that's 500. Now the other biggest number is 498, so you're gonna have three. And well, I guess I just gave you the answer for that. So anyways, you're going to do that and then write down its genotype with that cross or slash notation.
sorry,
Um,
do you mind explaining why it's three? You just choose the ones with the biggest. So there was the 498 and the 500.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And that's because like if genes are linked, looking at like this box around G down here, genes will recombine. So that's what this notation is during meiosis. Are you
Uh-huh.
familiar with the recombination and all that stuff?
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. And so recombination is somewhat of a rare event. So you're more likely going to have no recombination, or you're more likely to have no recombination compared to like one or two crossovers.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
why we're looking for the biggest number because that's what's most likely going to happen is the parental genotypes are just going to stay the same. There's going to be zero recombination, and you'll have your progeny phenotypes be more prevalent, I guess.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Perfect. So then on the flip side, double crossover phenotypes are going to be the most rare. So you're going to look for the lowest numbers up here. Also write this using slash notation. One thing I will say is that all of these genotypes, what you're going to see after the slash is going to be all recessive because all of the progeny are going to have little e, little b, and little g from the tester.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So all you're really caring about here is like what's before the slash. So like
Mhm.
here it's little e, big B, little g, and then one of the double crossover genotypes from this trihybrid parent is little e, big B, big G.
Oh, I see. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, good.
And then there's
So
already like for that it's like listed here. Like it's already filled in for those two.
yes, yeah, yeah, definitely use what's already filled in kind of like as an example
Okay.
of what you're looking for almost.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, Sorry for C,
Hmm.
when this can be observed in the number of phenotypes. So it already has three in there,
Hmm.
which makes sense based off of what you're saying.
Hmm.
Did you just pick the next one, like a seven?
Hmm.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah. And then for seven, to get its genotype, you'll just look at so tall is looks like it's dominant E, white is it's gonna be recessive B since big B is blue, which is dominant, and then
Hmm.
thick it will be what? Big G. Yeah, so then you'll get the other um trihybrid genotype.
Okay, okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then yeah, like I said, you'll be doing the same thing with the double crossover progeny phenotypes and genotypes. Um, and then this is probably the most confusing part, at least
Okay,
for when I was learning it, finding
yeah,
the gene order. A lot of students get this wrong,
okay.
but yeah, you'll be doing. I don't know if this was in any of the lecture videos, but
Mhm.
uh, you'll be comparing the genotypes you get up here for the parental genotypes, and then the double crossover genotypes to find which gene um, doesn't change, but the other two genes do change.
Okay, okay, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're looking for what genes do change and the other ones that don't change, basically.
Yes. Yeah, because the only genes that'll change are the ones on the ends.
Okay.
Um, so honestly, I think they kind of give you the answer in this table a little bit.
Okay.
Wait, let me double check. Yeah, because this is already filled out. Um,
Right.
I mean, this kind of is the answer, but anyways, what you're gonna see is that the E and B change when you're
Oh, I
comparing the
see.
parental genotype to the double crossover. Like looking at this here, let's look at, you're gonna be comparing this little E, big B, big G to like this.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So when
And
you're looking for the middle gene, you either want to find the one that changes or the one that doesn't change. So in this case, we have little e big B for both of these, but the G changes.
okay,
Like,
yes, yeah. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like big G and then small g.
yeah, yeah. So this indicates to you that G is going to be your middle allele, which is what we kind of give you down here as well.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then when you're looking at gene order, it doesn't really matter if they're all capital or lowercase. Usually people just do all capital, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. But in terms of like this part, um like I know I haven't like read through it,
Hmm.
so but you said this can kind of be the most confusing part, but basically it's like within the table is how you figure it out, like within this first table right here.
Yeah, the first table up here, you see? Or
The NG, is that what you're
O and G, yeah. Yeah, so normally like I can say for sure that like, if you're studying for exam two, something like this will be present, since it's a little more of a applying question.
okay.
Um, but you won't be given a table like this that already kind of gives you the answer. It's just
Mhm.
always confused. I don't know, like I don't have dyslexia, but for some reason I feel like when I'm looking at these like slash notations, I get dyslexia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
so when I'm trying to compare the genotypes, I just get so confused.
right, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree because I feel like that's confusing for me too.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
awesome. So yeah, I mean, after you find the gene order here, you'll go down and um, you'll so up here I um, kind of said that anything after the slash notation is just going to be little e, little b, little g.
Hmm.
So just to save you from having to write or type extra e, b's, and g's down here, you don't have to do slash notation.
Okay.
Yeah, ignore the male gamete, which is the tester up here.
Okay.
So you're
Gotcha.
just gonna write these um, the female gametes here. At least I think, yeah, the female gametes. You'll do 1 through 4, doing the E, G, B order.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, which you'll get, yeah, this from table 1. And then now here is when you finally do the map distance.
Hmm.
This is also where a lot of students get errors, just like from experience of grading this through once
Okay.
before. But um, your single crossover classes are going to be like the in-betweeners. So you have two parental genotypes or phenotype groups. Oops, the 500, 498. Then you're going to have
Hmm.
the double crossover groups, which are going to be these two lowest numbers.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
the single crossovers are the other four. So the 120, 147, 118, 149.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. I just call them the in-betweeners or
Okay.
the mid groups, I guess. I don't know. But
Mhm.
then you're gonna get the genotypes for them, and you're gonna identify uh, two different groupings of single crossovers.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yes, that should be good. And then to find the distance between two of the different genes. So since G is in the middle, you're just gonna find the distance between E and G, like on the left side, and then G and B. Or no, wait, yeah, G and B on the right side.
Okay.
So that's just the recombination frequency. So you're going to
Okay.
find the total number of progeny that have a recombination between E and G, and then divide that by the total number of progeny. Um, with questions like this, since you're not allowed a calculator on the exam, like obviously you're going to need a calculator for these questions, but
Right.
the numbers will be a lot more like round for the exam.
Okay. Okay. So there'll be more of like basic math, basically.
Yes,
You don't
yes,
have to
yeah.
do it. Okay.
Yeah, everything will be to like the nearest 5 or 10, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Um, but then you'll get the recombination frequency, which will be in centimorgans,
Okay.
little c, big M. So yeah, then you'll just construct like a final map, which is literally just like writing all 3 letters and then kind of putting little annotations between the letters to see the three final distances between E and G, G and B, so left, right, and then the total distance of the gene map, which is between E and B. So full left side versus full right side.
Okay. Okay. Wait, I think that makes sense. For I just had a question for like the overall like concepts of this.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think is kind of like the because I know that Dr. Holichek, she has her like videos that she has on each of the concepts. Um,
Okay.
is there one in like particular or any like supplemental ones that would help me like understand this whole concept better or more?
Recombination. Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know of any other videos per se. I mean, I've always used like things like Khan Academy to study, but Deidre and Jeanette, have you guys ever used any other like third-party material to study something like recombination? I'm just asking you guys since also you guys have much more experience with this course.
I think there might be something on Khan Academy. Um, I'm trying to think. I usually point people to Chad, but he doesn't do genetics. So if you kind of go on like YouTube and search for something, you may actually come up with something decent. I don't know if Deidre, if you know of anything specific for this.
There's on YouTube, I can't remember what it's called right now. Give me like 2 seconds and when I remember, I will definitely let you know. But I used it a lot and genetics. Jonina actually told me about it, so let me ask her real quick and then I will let you guys know.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just was wondering because I feel like I learn best with like visuals and stuff.
Definitely. Yeah,
So I just like just to get an extra understanding. I was just like wondering.
that sounds good.
Amoeba Sisters.
Amoeba. Oh, yes, I've heard of those before. Those
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll definitely look into that then too.
Yes, and then reach out if you are ever interested in maybe like having extra practice with something like this. So yeah, that stuff's great for kind of like the base understanding. Um,
Mhm.
but I have TA for one other Bio 340 course, and one of the professors is my current like boss that I work for. So maybe I could see if he wouldn't mind like sharing his worksheet on the recombination.
Okay,
So
yeah.
yeah,
That'd that'd be great if you're able to.
okay, that sounds good. I'll see what he thinks.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's like against ASU's policies or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I totally understand if, if you're not able to. But if you are, that'd be great. I would really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, there might be other things online too if you just do like a general search, but I've never done a search like that. And when I have, I feel like it's been kind of hard to find actual good worksheets to do, like
Right.
college level. So
Yeah, especially for like extra practice and things like that. So I find like the activity is very helpful because it's kind of a combination of everything that you're learning.
yeah, that's true. And I imagine the like, questions for the exam and whatnot are going to be very similar to these activities. Or I guess not very similar, but like pretty similar just because Dr. Holacek makes both of them.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, if you don't have any questions, we're just gonna hang out here for the next 12 minutes or so. But thanks for showing up. It's always nice to be able to talk with a student about this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I know I appreciate you helping me. Um, I just haven't taken too much of a look into this yet. So I was just joining just to see if other people were here and kind of listen to them. But thank you for going over like all of it with me. At least the parts that also can be confusing for students too.
Gotcha. Yeah, no problem. If you have any other questions, reach out. And then I think Dr. Holacek also went over this in her office hours, so she probably explained things a bit differently and probably even like better. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. I did have maybe like two or three other questions, but those
Yeah.
are separate from this, if that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go over it.
So I or they're more like general questions. For your like office hours or for Dr. Holacek's office hours,
Mhm.
um, I don't know exactly where that is like listed. I just get the emails and then I know like when to join. Is it just based off of
I
that?
see. Can you still see my screen as I'm moving around
Yes.
campus? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. I think if you go to the syllabus, it's like one small section of the syllabus. So here, grad teaching assistants,
Oh, I see. Oh,
or
okay.
even, yeah, it looks like Dr. Holacek's information's here. So you have the office hour times. So usually I'm Wednesdays, 9 to 10, AZ time. I just had to move it um this week.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's something else come up. So you'll use this link for anything, even if we set up like Zooms to go over exams, if I'm like your grad TA that graded your exam and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I missed that. I was just like looking at the emails and then I was
Definitely.
like, yeah, so yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Are you familiar with where the recordings go?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect. And then just one more thing.
Hmm.
I feel like for my like yellow dig discussion questions,
Hmm.
I feel like whenever I do them, the points are off.
I
Um,
see. So like do you get full credit and then the next week it like goes down?
Like when I do it, like for like last week, for example, because I also entered the course kind of later. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I still did a module one and then I did like module two, but when I was doing like trying to go in to do because I think we're on three or are we on four now? Three, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I was trying to do two last week, I was like writing all my answers and I submitted my post, but the points didn't change at all. And then when it after 5 o'clock, it was just like, oh, like you need to catch up, you're falling behind. Um, so I'm not sure like what's happening there.
Gotcha. So I've only ever used Yellow Dig for one course during my graduate studies. So
Hmm.
I'm not as familiar with it, but I the points should be added right away. Um, I don't know, Jeanette or Deidre, if you had any other.
Yeah, I mean, Yellow Dig drives me nuts.
Oh, great.
But but yeah, pretty much if at the end of the week, if your like score, if your grade isn't going up to that top number, then I would reach out to Dr. Holcheck and see if something's wrong. Um, because the points within Yellow Dig, it counts weird things, and that's not really what matters. What matters is what the grade is showing in your grade book. But the minute that it hits like 5 o'clock today, it's gonna bump that down. So like once you do the posts for this week, if
Mhm.
it's not showing you at like the full score, I would reach out to Dr. Holcheck and see if maybe it's not counting something that you're doing.
Okay. So do you know like when you actually make the post, like your points are supposed to go up, right? Like further reaching towards your goal. Isn't
Yeah, I mean it's screwy though because it counts weird things. You know,
okay.
like if you like, reply to somebody else and it's like not quite long enough, then Yellow Dag isn't going to count it. And so it's looking for like kind of weird metrics that aren't necessarily important.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was just doing the post room last week and I would was thinking because then when I was typing my stuff, it was not like counting any of the words because it said I reached my max points, which I was confused about. And then so I just had to like put it into like Google or something to make sure I reached the word limit. And then when I posted it, like nothing changed in my score because it was like maxed out, I guess. Until
Yeah.
it hit 5 o'clock, and then yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like you're required to do one original post with a citation and then
Mhm.
two replies. Anything beyond that is gonna either add some points or it's not gonna add anything. It just depends on how Yellow Dig sees it. But
Yeah,
I
I,
mean, pretty much if you do one post with a citation and two replies, I don't know if there's much of a benefit to doing much more than that, if that makes sense.
yeah. I've been doing three replies with along with everything else just because I emailed Dr. Holacek about this, and she said to catch up just to do three like every week since I joined later. But I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
I,
on
I think
with it.
I think if I remember correctly, like the maximum number of points you end up hitting it at like week 6,
Okay.
like instead of like, well, I guess it's summer, so like you basically hit it like a week early. So you can either like skip the last one, or like you said, if you weren't there for the first one, then you can skip that one, assuming that you do the rest of them. So
Oh, I see. Yeah. Maybe it kind of got thrown off because I did the first one, but I did it later and then yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
yeah, but I honestly I wouldn't worry too much if you're doing what you need to do, and it's and it's like actually posting and showing, which as far as I can tell, it looks like your posts are actually going through. I know
Okay.
some people sometimes have trouble with it because it'll like, say that it's posting something and then it, you know, drops out in the middle and doesn't actually post it, but yours look fine. So I'm not seeing a problem.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. And if I just continue to have issues, I should just email the Dr. Holochek, right?
Yeah, I think so because it's not the TAs don't actually grade anything on there, and the
Mhm.
ATAs we kind of like look through them, but we don't do any of the grading either. It should all be like automatic. So if it's not doing it automatically, then I think she might be the only one who can do anything about it.
Okay, okay, that sounds good. Thank you so much about answering this question. I know it's different from
No,
like the activity and everything, but I appreciate it.
no,
Yeah.
that's what we're here for, right?
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, there's a topic with every office hour, but we're pretty much here for anything.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's good. Thank you so much. And then if, like I said, if I have any questions about the activity, I can email you, correct?
Yes. Yeah, please
Okay.
do. Maybe it's due tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I am on a family trip right now, but I sh
Oh,
have been checking emails. So
okay. Okay.
yeah, if I delay for a couple hours, it's probably just because wasn't looking at my phone.
Oh, no, no, I totally understand. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, then I will be talking to you later, hopefully.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.